and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name is Karen and today I'm going to be showing you our brand new showcase. I'm just going to be doing a simple construction this week. This one is the Retro Rock'n'Roll Jukebox. To make this jukebox, I've already cut my pieces. I am going to grab the die set so that you can see what I've cut just for construction. So I have done one of these. I much prefer this foam tape.
Yeah, me too.
So I've got one of these, one of these here. I've got the backing panel. I've got this one which I've cut into it, and I have got, oh there it is, that's the base. This one is your button panel for the front, and then we've got the little locking mechanism for the back. So we'll go through the dies that we have used. Everything else is pretty much, this one, pretty much decorations. You can see that you've got a lot of decoration for the set. I haven't actually cut this time, but you'll be decorating yours to within an inch of its life, I'm sure. Right, I'm just going to pop that to one side. So what you're going to do, you're going to cut this piece here. This is your main jukebox piece, and you are going to fold your score lines. So you've got the front here. I haven't actually given these a definite crease because you will see that you've got a curved edge on these here. So this is the base, obviously going to glue in that way up, and it's going to curve around there. So although I have given them a little bend, each one of them a little bend, and then crease the last one, because that's the one that's going to go straight on the side. But for the rest of it, I've just given them a bend rather than a crease. So you can see there that those are just going to be able to wrap around that die cut. So as I've explained, this is your base. Just fold all of your score lines there on that one. The same with this one. So this is going to be, it's a very, very clever die. So this is going to be all of your curved top. So you cut it, and then when it comes to your score lines, so you score these, they're all scored, sorry, your fold lines. You fold your score lines down. Those are for the glue tabs. This one again, each side, the glue tabs, they can be scored and folded as well. But when it comes to these again, the same as this big main piece, these ones are just sort of gently creased rather than folded and burnished. You don't need to do that to these. You just want them to curve around, and they're all angled for a reason. So you start off with the front one, that one goes first, and then when you fold these up, you will see that they meet together. So those ones will get glued in, then the next one, and they all just meet and glue together, giving you your curved feature there. This one is the back panel. Now, you cut your back panel. Obviously, we never cut dies together. So you cut your back panel first, then take that away, pop this one in. Making of note, this is a full cut edge, and you've got a piece here which is just a score. So you can see where that finishes here. You've got a little teeny tiny gap by the side. This is the way the machinery works to do all of these. And then you've got your score in the center. So make sure you've got your score at the bottom so that it'll, oops, fold open like that. You've got your button panel. These are just plain straightforward score lines. So you just fold all of those, and you've got this die here. So this is for your locking mechanism. This one, oh, I should have mentioned this one when I had this actually. So this is your stop for your door to not fold in onto itself. It just stops it, it holds it into place there. So that's that one. This die is creating a little space for your tab to sit into. So you've got two score lines that are really close together. So for that one, I suggest you use a thumbnail, or if you've got like a really sharp ruler, so one of your metal rulers, something like that, and just fold against it.
What about the edge of the
I was just going to
precision
say
glide
the
folder or the
yeah,
die?
or a die, just against a die. So hold that in place and then flip him over and fold him back the other way. I did this around my thumbnail. I just managed to get my nail in there and crease. So I'm holding one and the other at the same time there. So those are your die pieces that you need to cut. Let's put them together. Okay. Goodness me, I make a mess. And there's not even any die cutting being done. Okay. So we are going to get some glue. Didn't even get this sorted beforehand. I like to make sure that it hasn't dried out. No, we're okay. So we're going to begin with, we're going to glue this piece so it can have a little bit of time to dry. You have your centre piece and these are going to glue on top of it, but the only bits you're going to glue, they're going to meet in the centre as well. So you can judge from, there's a little bit that you can see, which is it's very hard for me to show you here because of the shadow, but where these lines come down, you've got a tiny triangle showing at the base of them, just there, just above my finger there, and that is what I look at to make sure that I'm central. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on here, so I know I'm going to be coming in from that angle, and they're going to be going straight down here. Let's pop those into position, make them line up again, and they actually meet. You can just see there where they meet. And the same with these ones. So we're going to bring this in. It's quite a strange angle because it kind of comes in on itself, but you'll be able to glue those into position as well. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue here. I'm coming in from the side again, I know. So I know I'm not going to need glue sort of in the central area there, so I'm just going to put some here. And I know that that'll probably be enough. I'm trying to angle it up so you can see where I'm lining to.
So you're meeting the cut line for the other two.
Central line, but you can see that it's giving you this really nice curved effect here. Nice. So let me just check that those are all nicely meeting. Okay, and those are pressed into position. Okay, now when we come to put this onto our main piece, we've got this straight line here. You may notice that on the packaging samples it hasn't got this. That's because when the samples were being made for the packaging, we realised how difficult it was to centralise it, so we changed the die, and now this is much easier. When we were testing it here in the office, because Vicky made our packaging samples for us this time, and when we were testing it here in the office, we were like, oh, it's all to one side, it's all to the other. So this was the way that we managed to get that done for you. But Vicky was already well on her way making those samples for us, so we let those go as they were. Okay, so I've put some glue just from that first score line down and not really meeting the score lines on the others. So I'm going to flip this over, I'm going to pop it down just to get something stuck somewhere, and then I'm going to line up. So I'm just going to flip it back over and line it up with that straight line there. There we go. Almost central there, I think. And then we can bring these glue tabs in. So the reason I've done this in 2 colours is so you can see where I'm gluing. So there's my glue tab, a nice sturdy glue tab as well that I'm going to be gluing just there. So lining up the edge of that main piece with this. I have used Craft Perfect on this. I mean, we would use up to a 240, to be honest, on something like this, especially something that you want curving rather than folding.
I think because it's got those score lines that help the curve, you can go with a heavier weight. You're not relying on the cardstock curving itself. No. You're kind of scoring it to make it curve, aren't you?
Yes, so that's right.
You can go a bit heavier this time.
You can go up to about a 240, I would say. I wouldn't go any further than that, I don't think. Right, I'm just going to do the same on the other side. So you've got the same score line, the same glue tab there. And I'm going to be lining that up. Glue everywhere.
At least you know it'll stay together.
Yes. Yes, it will. Okay. Apart from when you get a dirty fingerprint on it, like that.
Oops.
Oopsie. Alright, I'm almost... It's really difficult doing this in mid-air, you know. I much prefer trying to line it up on the desk. There we go.
Now be kind to your glue.
I know, I'm moving it, you see. This is the problem. Okay, I am going to have to press it down like this. You're not going to see anything, I'm afraid. Because I'm actually working inside the jukebox now, so it is easier to do it like that. Right, I think everything is glued into position there. I'm going to put, no I'm not, I'm going to put the base on first. So I'm going to line up. You can see you've got this indent section here. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on the front glue tab. So that's the shorter one, which has got the curved edges. I'm going to line up as centrally as I can. You're going to get me head in this, you know that, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to line up as centrally as I can, just by eye really, and hopefully that I get that right. I'm going to double check it. Yes, that's fine. Check the other side. Yeah, that folds in great. Okay, so I was quite central there. I've basically just gone literally by eye to see where these curves are lying. So there's not really a way of showing you. So I've tried to make sure that this is the last of the lines there, and I've tried to make sure that I've got the same amount after the glue tab both sides. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring that up. Obviously there's nothing to glue here where that curve is, but we're going to bring it up and glue it here, which goes onto the side panel there. So we'll glue this glue tab first.
I love that it has the little sort of built-in feet.
Yes.
Because the base is slightly raised.
Yes, it is. But you can use those to line up this base, and I love that. So you know you're getting that base flat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna, and it just goes into place as well. I have got to push it down onto the desk, I'm afraid, because I want to make sure that I push my base into these curves. There you go. Yeah. I push my base into these curves here. So there's nothing holding that into position, but because you've got these substantial glue tabs here, then it does hold very well. So we're going to do the same this side. We're just going to line up that glue tab so you can see it's where the actual crease line is that we put in. So we'll do this one as well. I'm bending it all shapes. I think I used 240 last time. I don't think I remember it being this floppy to make.
See, I think that base part you could probably get away with 240 for sure on
Oh,
there.
definitely.
Because it is predominantly straight sides.
Yes, it is. It is. So let me just get that into position. Sorry, I need to do it like this.
It's okay.
I'm trying to show you, but it's really difficult because I also need to press down on my glue tabs. So I'll press it down and then I'll show you where it is. So I like to line up with this little piece that's out there, giving it the look of feet. So that's where I like to line my base up. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, because with this, as long as you've got your curves all lined up, you've got your hole cut in it, so you can put your hand through and hold your glue tabs into position. This is what I like as well. So when you go to glue this piece, you've got access there. So we're going to put that little stop in place. So it's just going to line up there. So I'll put a little bit of glue just around, let's move that out of the way, so it's not in shadow, just around there, because we know it's going to lie just there. And we're going to pop this down, so we know we need that overlap. Doesn't really matter if it's central, but obviously we try and get things as even as we can, just as long as you've got a nice straight line here, because that's where it's going to be opening. So that's that. Let's glue this into position. So I'm going to start on the top because I want to be able to get each one of these right up to the edge. I'm going to start with the first one, the middle for diddle. And then we'll pop that just on there. Get my hand inside. Okay.
It's always handy when you can access the inside of a box to hold a glue tab.
It really is. So I'm just going to hold that one down first. But this is a be kind to your glue time. So perhaps Leo can speed it up.
Yeah, bit of elevator music.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Definitely. Okay, now we're going to move on. And we'll do the same with this one, and again we're going to hold it from the inside. Speed it up.
You know we don't speed up our videos. I'll put elevator music in, but I'm not speeding you. We do everything in real time.
Speed me up, go on.
Oh, it's more fun getting to listen to you go.
I was just assuming that was going to be cut out.
Oh no, that's definitely staying in. You're welcome, everybody.
Oh no. Right, the same with the other side. I'm just going to work down in the layers so I'm not sort of stuck. Don't want to get myself stuck. So the next one, so this is the opposite to the one I've just glued. And again, hand inside. Make sure you wipe off any glue as it comes to the top, because when you're pressing the two pieces together, you do tend to get a little bit of seepage, shall we say. It just pushes the glue to the edge and it does seep through. So just wipe it as it gets this. You don't smear it over the front because you don't want that. Okay, so that one in place. Let's go down again, another layer. One.
I love that we're hearing the jangle of your massive pile of dies to one side as well. Every time you put your glue down, it just
yeah, perhaps I should have put those away.
Nah, that's not how we work.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure nobody at home works like that either.
No, not until you finished a project. They don't go away until then.
I was going to say, let us know in the comments below. Do you end up at the end of your project with a pile of dies to one side that you then have to put away? I'm curious to know. Or do you cut one and put it immediately back on its magnetic sheet?
We should. That is what we should do.
We should.
We should have, down here, we should practice what we preach, and we should have a die storage, magnetic die stand, so that we can keep them to one side. And I mean, I could have just thrown that onto my stand over there. That would have been so much better. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to come down the side now and meet just at that point there. So we'll do our straight piece here. Nice thick glue tab. I think I'm actually going to do the bottom one as well. I'm going to put a little bit underneath
risky.
that. I know. I'm going to put the glue on all of it, to be honest, because these are going to start going tacky by the time I need them.
Good idea.
So that's what I'm going to do there. Wipe off any that comes to the surface, and you can see that it meets perfectly on the base. But you can get inside and you can press these, just pull them in, push them out. As they, you know, as you glue them down, you can see that the pieces kind of move a little tiny bit. So you can just push them in and out there just to get the right level. This
is why we like wet glue, for that wiggle room.
It's the wiggle. Definitely is.
I always find with long straight sides like that, the top and the bottom will meet and the middle will dip in slightly. So having wet glue allows you to just slide it back out.
Yeah,
whereas if that was on tape, nope.
Not you've had it. That's the whole reason for no tape. So this piece, the bit you want to have, this is the way you need that folded. So the middle section is sort of proud. You've got the two little pieces coming down the side.
It's like a bridge.
It is very much like a bridge, and you're going to put a little bit of glue just on each tab there. And this is going to go sort of quite close to and centrally. Let's see if we can get it central, shall we? But again, because you can open the box, you can hold that in place. I'm not going to bring it right down to that line because I want to be able to open it nice and easily. So that is going to hit up against there, and your little T-piece is going to slot straight in and hold that into place. So coming to this piece here, so I'm going to glue all of these glue tabs together. Give it a good fold this time, because this one you can burnish. So you want these quite crisp. This one, haven't done that one, have done that one. When I cut these upstairs, I cut myself a little prep pack. Of course, I just went and folded everything because that's what I do. I cut things, I fold all the score lines, and I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I need to show you what I'm scoring and folding. Right, so I'm just going to make this little piece. So it's like its own little piece that will stick to the front. It's more like decoration, but because it's got a little bit of construction to it, I thought I'd just show you. And we'll hold that one, and then we'll nip across to this one here. Pop a little bit of glue there. It's not holding any weight, so it should just be fine to glue on. But again, because you can get to the inside of the box, it's really easy to stick this into position because you've just got these glue tabs giving you a flat section there. So you would either have it this way up, or you can pop it down, whichever way you do your jukebox the way you want to. So I'm just going to take this out, and I can get to those tabs there. I'm going to put mine up this way, which I think most of them are like that actually. But I honestly don't think it matters. It's like a little shelf. Put your drink on it when you're choosing your your records. Your vinyl.
Your vinyl.
It's vinyl now, isn't it? They're not records anymore.
No.
I know. I remember when my daughter wanted she wanted a record player, and she said to me that she wanted a vinyl player. I'm like, what's that now? Because they call them vinyl. They don't call them records anymore. I need a vinyl player. Do you mean a record player? I'm sure there's one in the attic somewhere.
More than likely.
Oh dear. And cassettes, we had tapes, didn't we, as well?
Tape decks.
Do you remember that? Taping
Back
the
in
charts
the
off the radio.
Shh. Nobody did that. That was
Absolutely
clearly
not.
illegal. Yeah.
And you would be livid when the DJ would speak over the first couple of seconds. Oh dear, I'm putting a little bit of glue there because I haven't gone right to the edge. Right, that was the one I struggled with, the first one. Okay, so that is your construction of your jukebox. All done and dusted. So there is your Retro Rock'n'Roll Jukebox die set. I'd love to see what you make with yours. Don't forget, this is available in our store now, so you can get that from us. I'm going to change my glasses because I can't see a thing. If you do have your Craft Kit subscription, don't forget you do get your 10% added discount on anything in our store, which includes brand new launches like these, amazingly. You can pay in installments with ClearPay, ShopPay or PayPal. And do not forget, please, tag us in your makes. We love, love, love to see what you're making. It is amazing to see what you can do with these amazing die sets. Don't forget, if you like this type of content, give us a little thumbs up, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell.
Ding.
And you will be notified when we go live or when we upload another video like this for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy crafting!